Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Hyrule Chronicles: The Legend of Zelda tabletop campaign. My name is Articulate T, and with me, as always, I have Renji Vox, being played by the Nether Lad.
Oh, we're in big trouble now.
I have Hikan Sio, being played by Avrdal.
I'm about halfway through my cup of coffee, so I'm ready to go.
I have Zayden Shari, being played by Rubber Pirate.
Nothing's particularly different for me here.
And I have Max, being played by Keistrith.
I am a very angry dragon dog. Please do not get in way.
So, before we carry on, I think it's quite important to talk about things that are currently happening with Wizards and the Open Gaming License. For those who might not be aware, although I have doubts about that, but still, Wizards of the Coast had intended on changing the OGL to a more restrictive set of terms, which would have greatly affected creators and damaged the community. We've been keeping up with updates, and the changes they have made in light of criticisms are an improvement, but not enough to restore confidence in the brand, and don't address any of the still critical aspects that make the changes in the OGL not very good. It's not something any of us are happy about, so for next campaign, we'll be shifting to a new system. For now, though, the campaign that we are in is in kind of the last half, and we're on the sprint to the finish, more or less. Sessions between levels may become less or shorter, just as we hit more milestones as we ramp up. It'd take a while to convert to a new system that we're not fully familiar with, and because of that, we're just going to finish the campaign. And yeah, in the meantime, thanks for bearing with us, and we hope you enjoy the rest of Hyrule Chronicles. But
Also,
yes,
fuck wizards.
that too. So, with that out of the way, what happened last time?
Last time, we prevented Delilah Summerborn's escape with a quick use of Zayden shifting back into his druidic form and summoning a wall of stone, with Hikan acting as a barrier to the other end and revealing her position with quick thinking, using pressurized alcohol, for lack of a better term. After knocking her out and giving her the Flamgo treatment, we went up to the entrance of the space and put the created rune by Renji, Mara, and Max into the proper slot. What followed was some changes, figuring out aspects, or at least getting books that detailed the aspects of the Harvester's experiments while he was still on this realm, and eventually some kind of altar or dais. When instructed to put the sword into the pedestal, Renji obliged, leading to a vision of sorts of some betrayer Sheikah confronting the king and demanding the Triforce before being ran out by some of the other Sheikah. As the man that we presume to be the Harvester looks back, used some arcane things, but eventually was still overwhelmed. After that, the entire party was racked with pain, save Mara, who was vanished, I think would be the better word for it, as this amalgamation of many creatures that Renji had slain had shown up in front of the party. Being the new form of the Harvester, Harvester kept his word for the most part, and broke the pact of all of his warlocks.
Renji disagrees.
I said for the most part. Breaking the pact with all of his warlocks, causing Delilah to be eaten by plants and locusts, and Renji to have a disconnection feeling of sorts. As the entire party's pain began to fade, they found themselves in new animal forms. Well, new to most of them. Zayden was a bear, as Zayden tends to be. And Mara nowhere to be seen. As they began to adjust to some of their new abilities, they saw an ethereal version of Mara as they were able to focus, eventually triggering the alarm and getting the "get the hell out of here" warnings from the building itself. After leaving the dungeon, the ziggurat rather, they came to the edge of the area that had been infected by Twilight, and the Mara appeared in her fully corporeal form to them, and they appeared to her. Luckily, Zayden was able to polymorph to be able to speak, and a lot of Hikan's monk abilities still seem to be functional even in his new falcon-like form. Given that everyone's a little tuckered out, and rather than face the Harvester in Castle Town with possible exhaustion, the party decided to rest. As the party rested, Renji had a dream of a black and white space with a familiar to all of us at this point elder Hylian man with a now damaged arm, I believe it was described as,
Mhm.
who simply said, "I believe it's time we had a talk." And that was exactly where we left off.
Mhm. And so we rejoin our scene, where in this silent, grayscale dream realm, Renji, you are confronted by this older man. I'd say your passive insight tells you that he's not. There isn't an anger to him. Neither is there any kind of disdain or trepidation. He seems tired. Like, in truth, this is the clearest that you've seen him in a while. It's like you can make out the lines on his face. You like it's a very clear, vivid image. But he kind of sits there, one hand holding his gnarled staff, the other one resting on a knee, with these pixelated black patches that kind of run up his hand and under his sleeve. Um,
Oh.
and he says, "I do not have much time in this instance, but it is time that we have a talk."
Yeah, I think we should. And my eyes are trained on the flecks of black pixels coming off of him.
He pulls himself to his feet, and he kind of keeps his arm close to him, as if he is just carrying an injury. He says, "I apologize for the inadequacy of my intervention. I had not considered what might occur when the Twilight made contact with a prime material being."
Who are you?
He kind of like sighs, somewhat disappointed, says, "As much as I would like to tell you at this juncture, I believe it is safer and for you not to know until much later. I know
If
that
you
does
know
not."
what's happening, then you know what danger we're in. How can it be any more dangerous?
Because this is not the end of it. I need you to understand, as dangerous as this harvester is, he is not the apex by which we are about to reach.
You think I don't know that? We are dealing with things that might destroy an entire country, if not the world. And this harvester, I have a mind to destroy him for everything that they've done. Not just to the people in the very, very far past. Huh. Okay. I guess. Interesting. I find that I'm more angry with them for breaking their word than the atrocities they've committed.
Kind of like narrows his eyes at you.
But that's something for me to figure out. Again, if you're not going to tell me who you are, then why are you here? Why have you been invading our dreams? Why are you trying to warn us about things that you're not willing to tell us?
There is a potential that I see in all of you. One that I wish to nudge in the right direction. These are very peculiar times. And what would be the natural or the divine order of things has not kicked in. From what I understand, and to put it plainly, you and your companions may in fact be our only hope in this situation.
Again, you're being very vague. In case you haven't noticed, we are trying to deal with this. I thought that if I wasn't under the control of the Harvester anymore, we would have an easier time of dealing with every other thing that is going wrong.
And you guessed correctly.
Well, apparently not, because we're in even deeper shit. I'm a friggin' ferret. Or weasel or whatever.
Tell me, why did you make that pact with the Harvester to begin with?
I am not about to share my childish folly with someone whose name I don't even get to know. And yes, I know it was folly. I know it was a bad thing. That's why I've been working so very hard to get rid of it.
He kind of nods a bit and says, I have doubts that any would fault you on your desire to fix the situation. But I need to ask you this question, because what happens next may rely upon your answer. There are a variety of reasons anybody would make a deal or pledge themselves to a power that they view as higher to them. Some do it out of desperation. Some do so out of obsession. Others for safety. What matters in any capacity is what one does with that power. So my question was more to this. Why did you make that pact with the Harvester? Was it to obtain power for a higher purpose? Was it to escape something? And given the circumstances, with the Harvester dead, because I assure you, I can see that desire within you and wished to assist in it. But what happens next for Renji Vox?
It was selfish. There was a path laid out for me. And at the time, it was not one that I wished to tread. So yeah. Escape is pretty much it.
He notes again and says, oftentimes the folly in that can only be found in hindsight. But would you say, in your own words, that through the experience that you've had now, would you change that outlook? Not necessarily to follow that path again, but given the opportunity to live your own life, what would you do with it?
I don't know. On the one hand, I would think that if I hadn't chosen this, the we wouldn't have gotten together as the Storm's Eye. But on the other hand, maybe they would, and it was just someone else, or I'm not even in there. I don't know what it matters if I want it to be significant.
Through my
And now
casual
that-
Oh, go for it. Sorry. Go for it. Sorry.
And now that I feel I am, I worry I might lose it. Now that I've finally chosen to take a stand.
He, with great effort, he moves a hand behind his back and produces a straight stick. It's like a kind of 1 meter long cylindrical stick made of wood. And he kind of casually throws it to you.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I try.
He says, you were stuck in a desperate situation, and someone had manipulated you. Strong or otherwise. You acted in the best interests of others. Through the casual observation that I have seen, he pauses a moment as his arm kind of flexes and more of the black pixels kind of overtake more of his hand. He says, I have seen you act to save others. You have led in certain situations and taken charge to ensure that others are kept safe, they are kept happy, to right wrongs. Power does not corrupt. At least I do not believe so. It reveals. If you had the capacity for good, then being granted that power only enables you to continue doing that good. It may not work for everybody, but for you and your friends, I believe that to be the case. And the thing about power is that it is not the be-all, end-all to the equation. Power is a tool used by the will, and the will is the slave to intention. So tell me, what are your intentions?
Holding the stick, feel like this training sword almost. I want to make sure that everyone here in Hyrule is safe. I want to travel with my friends. I want to set right what others have wronged.
And he kind of nods a bit. Says, I see that once again I have chosen wisely.
I don't know. Because most of all, I want there to be freedom for myself. And then, in hindsight, maybe others as well.
Good. And he, as he says that, he gently taps the end of his staff on the ground, and the stick in your hands flashes into this kind of silhouette of a familiar but not too familiar kind of sword, almost, before it morphs into this clear crystal, like to the point where it's like glass, you can see through it. And like this orb about like 5 inches in length. And he says, when you awaken, you will have that in your possession. If you take that to Uriel, then he will be able to utilize it to turn you back into your natural state. As for your power, then I must say this. Power, once again, is a tool used by the will. And even if the Harvester says that he has disconnected you, it may not be the case forever. He has simply relinquished ownership of your soul. Do with that what you will. You may be able to take some of that power for yourself.
Oh. I mean, I was going to say, he promised me to tell me how to break the pact. And he didn't exactly keep his word just yet. So look at this orb. Does it only bring me back, or my friends as well?
All of you.
Good.
Now,
And what's with your arm?
unfortunately, a side effect of my attempt to intervene. Unfortunately, the ebbing twilight was a lot more powerful than I had anticipated, especially given the current situation. I was only able to keep you in your current state, but it kept you from being jettisoned into a different dimension entirely. I have to see to this.
Like
And you,
what happened with Mara?
He pauses a moment and thinks on it, and then after a while he shakes his head and is like, there's no time. I need to see to this wound, and you need to wake up. As he says that, there's a rushing rumble all around you as the dream begins to break apart, and you awaken alongside everyone else as you are alerted to the sudden crack and fizzle of an electric mace. And as you awaken, you see Mara standing as vanguard against what appears to be a collection of hideously elongated, shadowy creatures that slowly stalk towards the party. And I need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh dear. 1 sec.
I
I'm
love
hoping-
the icons. Thank
I
you.
love the icons as
Good
well.
stuff.
Let me just give one moment to set this up. There we go. Look, it's Stoat G and Baird and Shari and Håkon and Max the Drake.
No, I don't get a fun name.
I didn't get anyone. Like Rakes?
Drax is right there.
I was gonna say,
That's isn't that trademarked? I don't know.
Who cares?
yeah. Oh dear. Right. So, I need to navigate all these character sheets. Mara, and then
Since we're being suddenly woken up, have we had a long rest?
yes, I will say you've had a long rest.
Okay.
Huzzah.
Okay. Need to make sure that these are. I'll be set and go. Okay. Glorious. All right. So,
That does mean that our temporary hit points are gone, I suppose.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
And I can't cook. So
Yeah. We can have a Hulk the Tui moment with Zayden.
Okay.
Oh, Mara.
Yeah.
Or Mara.
All right. So, Hikan, it is your go.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna assume. Yeah, everything's in range. Okay. Cool. All right. I'm going to fly towards this one as fast as possible, and then I'm just going to kind of getting used to the fact of my smaller form and how it can move and still strike as rapidly. It's kind of like sharp turns of the wing to rake the claws against this thing 3 times with
Strike.
yeah, with my attack and then bonus action on arm strike, rather claw. So 23 for 11,
That hits.
22 for 15,
That hits.
Ooh.
and 24 for 16.
Yep, that's all hits. So that's the
Okay.
42 points of total damage. Nice.
And then just in case Hakan is going to be over on the other side because I've got ungodly amounts of movement. But that'll be turn.
Yeah, you swoop into the darkness right up to this creature, and using your smaller frame but greater agility, you slice through this thing as it snarls and growls at you, trying in vain to get to you with its ungainly limbs. But yeah, Zayden.
Well, let's see. I'll put Zayden Bear or Poddle along to right. Is this tree actually in the way?
No.
Okay. Going to right here. Take on a nice big form. Hello there.
The tree is definitely no longer in the way.
The The tree is no longer a problem.
What is this?
It's fucking gator.
Oh, the giant crocodile.
So
Jeez.
big and
And I shall attempt on this one on the left to bitify it.
Okay. That's a hit.
I am now chewing upon it. How delicious.
nom nom nom.
Target is
gosh.
grappled. This is. I mean, are you gonna say no to a huge size creature that is a crocodile?
And then this
I'm-
one
I'm-
below.
I'd
Tail
be
whip.
too scared.
Ah, that's
Oh.
nice.
Yeah, 12 unfortunately is not enough to hit it. But yeah, awesome, nice work, Reggie.
Target is restrained. That's impressive. Okay.
Oh. I am going to rush up here. As I do so, from whatever primordial pouch, I grab my sword hilt, grab it between my jaws, and strike this guy.
Yep.
That is a natural 20.
Okay.
So, let's see. Everything but Hexblade's Curse. No, not everything but Hexblade's Curse. Everything but Hexblade's Curse and... is this undead?
No.
No, okay, makes sense. Then, 9, 24, 29,
43.
43 points.
Okay. So, as you slice through the creature in question, it falls apart in the mighty jaws of the crocodile, and from it emerges something else entirely. I just need to actually signify this thing is down as I go onto the GM layer. It appears that a more humanoid form manifests out of it, a lot more frail, but otherwise it's almost as if this thing was wearing that thing as a suit. But it kind of
Yeah, I don't like it.
but yeah, so that's anything else you want to do on your turn?
Yes, I would like to, with my second attack, strike that guy.
Okay.
So, here goes 27.
That hits.
Okay. So this does 11 points of damage.
Okay. Actually,
Unless
what
it's
it
considered
does-
undead.
It is also considered undead, and also it is vulnerable to radiant, so you deal
Ooh.
32 points of damage instead. As you just kind of, you bound up, you slice it in twain, and it evaporates in the light of the blade, and is just immediately gone.
And then with my remainder, I will move. Let's see. I came from here. So I have 10 feet of movement left in my normal movement. I'll move over here. And then
Ooh, excuse me.
DM.
Mm-hmm.
Does Hexblade's Curse still work?
That's a good question. I think we said it did.
I think we did, yes.
Hmm.
But you know, if you wanted to flavor it someone else, I will Hexblade's Curse this one.
Okay. Alrighty then. Okay. Sweet. If that's all done, then next up in the initiative order are the Shadow Beasts. So we've got one who isn't currently in melee with anything. This one's going to lunge at Mara here, and then we'll go for attacks across the board. So we'll have first one against Giant Crocodile Zidon. I don't think a 12 hits.
No.
Okay. There's a 15 hit.
Oh.
Okay, so you take 15 points of bludgeoning damage, apparently, because I've written it that way. Now,
Damage.
Not to be
this,
confused with bludgeoning damage.
yeah, this one's going to try and attack Mara. It's a 16, dealing 14 points of bludgeoning damage to Mara. And then the one at the bottom is going to attempt to try and strike at Hikan in hawk form. Does a 20...
That actually hits.
Okay, so
Oh my.
it'll slap you for 17 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ooh.
And that will be their turns. Mara's go. She's going to try and retaliate against the shadow beast. You're getting a 22 for a total of 21 points of damage. As she kind of like reels back slightly and then puts all of her weight behind the swing, slaps it across the face with the mace, and sparks fly as the powerful electric current runs through the body of this thing, but it still stands. And then it is Max's go.
Well, the first thing that Max sees after waking up from a nightmare is a member of his horde that the one member of his horde he immediately recognizes here getting attacked. So, hello. I am
Hello
going
there.
to spend a sorcery point for a subtle spell. I'm gonna clamp my jaws around this guy and use shocking grasp.
Okay.
A 20 hit
20 hits.
for 20 lightning damage.
Okay.
Just basically grab it and just pour a bunch of dragon breath straight into its skin.
Yeah, from amidst the camp light and everything, Mario just turns the time to see this ferocious drake with lightning crackling from their jaws clamp down onto the neck of this beast, and like see there's a kind of as the jaws sink further in, the lightning crackling throughout this thing, causing this sporadic light show in the area. So yeah, nice. Unfortunately, the creature is still standing, but you have thoroughly damaged it. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Well, I mean, I do have a bonus action. I could quicken another spell. What was the
could.
roll to do something without having hands? Because I'm not spending 4 sorcery points in a single turn.
Yeah, that's fine. So it's disadvantage on Arcana or Sleight of Hand. Well, it's not actually. Yeah, I tell a lie. Let me open the thing. If you cast a spell with a somatic component, you must pass a DC 10 Arcana or Sleight of Hand check, or the spell fails.
16.
That's good.
I'm gonna do it again. The 28 lightning damage.
That takes it out.
Just not letting go, just more lightning.
More
straight
lightning.
into it.
Yep.
And that then in turn manifests another thing as it escapes from the corpse suit, and prepares to defend itself or press the attack. But yeah, nice. So I don't know if you have any additional movement.
Do I have a little bit? There you go.
There you go. Awesome. You can.
Just menace it.
All right. Well, why fix what ain't broke?
No, see how menacing I am. I'm okay.
It's pretty menacing.
All right. Claw attack, crit for 24 points of damage. That's a double crit.
That is a 1 in 400 chance.
Yeah. And it is enough to open a seam on this creature and cause it to crumple down, allowing the spectre inside to be revealed to you.
Okay. Doop. And one more. Does an 18 hit?
An 18 hits.
Nice.
11 is not enough to kill it by itself, but it is certainly an impressive amount of damage. You swoop round and slice through the incorporeal form of this shade, and it howls in pain.
Other people are spending resources. I'll spend some. I'll spend a key point to do Flurry of Blows.
Okay,
26 for 13 more.
that is enough to finish that one off.
Okay. Yep. Go ahead.
Yeah, it just kind of evaporates under your assault.
Okay. I'll go over to one of these other ones real quick because I know Zaiden's got another jump on them, and I will use my last attack. 29 for 13.
Okay, that is a hit, and it takes a grievous wound. Let's see, 13 damage. There we go. Nice.
And that is turn.
Okay. Zaiden.
I did just realize that I shouldn't actually be a crocodile yet. That's like 2 levels away. I was like, this isn't my list. I must be able to turn into this, right?
Ah,
That's alright, that's okay. I might have added it to your repertoire a bit too early, but that's fine.
Be something else, retroactively, perhaps.
Only if you want to. I don't mind allowing this to swing for this combat now that we've recognized the mistake.
It's like, I wonder why I haven't done this before. Oh,
Ah, that's why.
well. Right. Several levels to... Well, I think, let's try to be fair about that. Instead of that, I would have gone with Fire Elemental. It's
Okay.
minus that health damage.
okay.
Okay.
In which case, let's see.
Just imagining a bear made of fire.
Let's see. I'm going to step here,
Okay.
activating Fire Form.
Let's see. First time is increase 6 5d10 fire. Alright, sweet. I actually need to move you slightly.
5
so I
fire
can
damage,
Get to the.
and it is now on fire.
Okay. So. Okay.
And then the one below, I will poke. That would have been with advantage.
It would have been, yeah.
Let's roll it again. Would have been a 10.
There. So we'll take the first damage. That's 14 fire damage as you
Then I'll
reach out and touch it.
poke it again.
Ooh.
Okay. For an additional 13 fire damage.
And now it is also on fire.
Yeah.
And I don't know how these things react to light, but as I see, I'm spreading a lot of light.
Yes. Yes. So I'll move back to your original spot. Just I need to get to the to the health points. Okay. Sweet. Well done. Both are noticeably wounded, but they are still remaining standing and vigilant. Renji.
So I have a question concerning these shades, these wraiths.
Yes.
Are they humanoid?
Vaguely.
Are they type humanoid?
Oh, I see what you mean. They are humanoid in shape, but creature type they are not humanoid. They are undead because they were affected by your sword.
Understood. In that case, there's no need to consider a thing. You can see from like the husk that was destroyed that some of the particles flick to Renji, but doesn't seem to have an visual effect. Doesn't seem to have an effect other than the visual. I'm going to strike this guy with aspiration.
Okay.
And I am going to move, actually going to move here to get advantage, I suppose.
Okay.
That is a 29 to hit. I
Yeah.
will use sneak attack on this.
Okay.
So that is 26 points of damage.
I'm going to be charitable
Huh?
and say keep your sneak attack for this turn, because
Okay.
even the base radiant damage before anything else would have been enough to kill it.
Okay, and in that case, I'm just going to step over here
Okay.
and do my second attack. And let's do put sneak attack damage on this.
Okay.
Is that not? Oh yes, it
There we
is.
go.
Oh,
Triple crit.
Triple crit.
Oh. What?
To be fair, the 31 is if it was cursed.
Yes. Okay, so that is 1 in 20 times 1 in 20 times 1 in 10 for this roll. For that is 1 in 4,000.
Yay, good roll.
Yeah.
I like this.
Okay.
I hope you at least killed it with that.
So let's
Even if it was full
happens.
health, I expect us to kill it.
So, let's say everything but Hexblade's curse would be, let's see, 53 points of damage.
Okay. That's 33 more than you needed. So you just bound over and slice through this thing. It falls in two parts. And
There's just like this tiny white ball or like tiny like fur snake with like a flash of sunlight behind it, and then just obliteration. That's
Yeah.
what happens.
emerging from the safety of the suit is the shade creature. Yeah, after that amazing display, did you want to move anywhere, or are you okay where you are?
I think with, well, not so much Hikan coming up, but I might just pop over there.
Okay.
And if I have the movement, otherwise I could spend a dash on it. But yeah.
Okay. In which case, it is there goes. The one solid thing, I'm going to move you again because because he's going to be hurt. So Zayden, if you want to roll your fire damage at the start of his turn, since he's not going to move from the fire, I don't think.
4.
4. Okay. Grand. Then he's going to try and smack at the fire elemental that is currently consuming it. Does a 15 hit? I don't think it does.
No, it's got a low AC. Only 13.
Oh, okay. So it takes 14 bludgeoning damage before any kind of reduction. And then the other one is going to try and reach out to the stoat that is wielding a very dangerous weapon, and will try and grasp at you.
Good luck.
A 20 to
No.
hit.
Also, the one that hit the fire elemental takes a further 8 fire.
Wait, hold on.
Yes.
I am capable of wearing,
Yeah.
of wielding aspiration.
Hmm.
But I do have a +4 AC bonus through a shield.
Mm-hmm. So what would your total AC be if you were wielding that shield?
22.
Then it misses.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
it reaches
It's
out
a
to,
magic shield, so it's part of you.
yeah, it reaches out to grasp at you, and like you maneuver out of the way, like you have that kind of phantom limb thing where like in your head you're putting up your arm with the shield to it back, and it just kind of like the arm goes wide as it misses you, and you remain unharmed.
I'm not certain if I would have ruled it that way, but I thank you regardless.
That's fine. And then it is Mara's go. I'm gonna also move the fire elemental back to where it was. Mara is going to see that the other big beastie is well in hand and is going to run over here to try and strike at the thing. With a 23 to hit and 19 total damage, the mace swings through, passes somewhat into the semi-incorporeal creature, and a burst of lightning from the mace just immediately disapparates this thing.
I just hope we have this kind of dice luck with the harvester.
Yeah. Next, it is Max. There is one threat left on the field. He's currently snug under.
Gonna glare at the one currently eaten by fire, and I'm spending a source. Actually, no. Yeah, spending a sorcery point for soulcast. I will. His eyes will flash brightly briefly, and I will have it roll a save
Okay.
for shit damage.
Damage. It's all good. Let's see. Int save, you say?
Yes.
I'm not gonna roll.
And you beat a 21.
It has a -5, so no.
Yes.
Oh.
It is actually incapable of passing the save, so it takes the full damage. It takes 7 damage, and its next save has a -2 to it.
And we're not house ruling critical hits succeed.
Not at the moment, no.
No, fair.
It's gonna.
We haven't been doing that for other
Man is
saves.
closer. Unfortunately, it's surrounded by fire, so I can't get it.
Yeah. Okay. Hikan.
Okay, so can I hit something in fire form?
Like taking hot things out of the oven.
But we
Very
don't have
quickly.
any animal-shaped gloves,
Uh,
and I didn't bring a tea towel.
Cooking utensils, magical. No, I'm kidding.
I will say, for the sake of ease, like,
Mhm.
you'll be able, as long as you're not like standing inside of Zidon, then you should be fine to strike at something that, as long as you can get to the thing's adjacent square, then you should be okay.
Oh, easy.
Also, you can get advantage from anywhere.
Yeah. I was gonna say. Okay.
Move environment again so I can get to the token.
30 for 12.
Yep.
27 for 8.
Yep.
Sidon goes next. 28 for 12 more.
Nice.
It is still up. Okay, this is
It
a
is
hardy
still
one.
up, but barely.
That is turn.
Okay.
Yeah, no, because my third attack is a bonus action.
Zidon.
Well, I guess I'll start by stepping here, then stepping here, automatically dealing a d10 of damage.
Okay.
Yoo-hoo.
That is enough to eliminate it. And the shade-like entity
I'll do it again for the
flees from
shade.
the burning suit.
No, you don't!
Okay. Yep, it is still barely up, but the fire is consuming it quite quickly.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Yeah.
if you're going to move over there, you just get advantage again.
The first one hit and deals with the rest of this. You consume it in flame, and within you, you just kind of grasp it and squeeze, and it's just this thing just screeches in your fiery grasp before it eventually is nothing but cinders on the wind. And that is the end of combat.
As everything dies down, I think Renji will drop the Hilt of Aspiration, extinguishing it, and just shout into the air, "You see, Harvester? We're going for your ass!" and everyone but Mara hears that, and Mara hears just squeak, squeak, squeak.
Max is just gonna angrily slash at the remains of these things. Just he's so mad.
Yeah. Now that combat has died down slightly, after a brief examination, you notice that much like other things that you have witnessed over the past day, the physical remaining entities, or like the physical corpses, are stitched together like flesh golems almost. There's kind of like cobbled together, but otherwise hollow in a sense. It's bizarre to look into them in too much detail, but you can only assume that the harvester is making the same use of the same thing.
I grab Aspiration, stuff it back into my fur, and I move over to Sidon, looking at the giant fire elemental that he is.
You wave.
Sidon,
Yes.
I saw that that dream man again.
Ooh. Not this time.
Was he useful?
He said that he's the reason why we're animals and not how like the spirit form that we saw Mara in at the cigarette. So in answer to your question, Max, maybe?
Max just starts hitting the ground angrier.
And also, and rooting around, Renji will very with a lot of effort pull out the orb that he had been given in his dream, and hold it out, like standing on hind legs and balancing this orb.
Just check around for anything else before turning back into a bear.
This'll will bring us back if we give it to Uriel, or like high-level spellcaster, I assume. Or maybe
That's how it
Uriel
is.
specifically has some information about this. So we might get to Uriel as quickly as we should be able to.
Please.
I don't know what I'm saying. I'm still very tired.
Yeah.
Well, have you rested?
I mean,
We are
as far as I can
going.
be.
Let's go.
Alrighty then. So, after making sure everything is all set and ready to go, you gather everything up and you make your way back to Castle Town. Do you want to get there? Do you want? Well, I'm guessing. How do you want to get back to Castle Town? Because you have options.
I just decide whether or not it's worth taking a short rest to recover wild shape, or just go straight away.
It would also give me sorcery points back, but
We could possibly take a short rest at Castle Town if we are going to do that anyway.
depends on how under attack it is right now.
If it's under attack, better to be there sooner.
Yes. Let's
do
go
things other
there
than
and
wild
then
shape.
decide whether or not we're going to take a short rest.
Yeah.
That's my
Okay.
idea.
So we want to get the Uriel, yes?
Yes.
What is the closest tree to Uriel shop?
A noble's gotta have a tree.
I was going to say it's the noble district. There's probably if someone hasn't got
We
it in their back
probably
garden.
know of one in Simeon's garden.
Let us
Huh.
bring ourselves back to the Hyrule Castle Town map so we can see.
I would
what
argue
we're
that
doing.
Lord Simeon has a lot of trees in his library.
They are simply trees in a different form.
It's the same thing, right?
So, if you wanted to go to a variety of places, there is a temple district which definitely has trees, and each of the estates probably have like a large enough garden that has a tree in it. And there's probably a park or two. It is the rich part of
We should
town.
appear at Rickshaw's estate. It'll be funny.
Lawn.
We've been to
You'll be
his
so
house.
mad.
You've been to his house before. You know he has a tree.
Yes. Also like that my Tessa speech thing called him Rachel.
Oh no.
Okay.
That was a joke, by the way. You don't actually have to go there.
Yeah, there's other ways of messing with him.
It's also nighttime, so there shouldn't be so many people around.
True.
But also, will Uriel be awake?
We'll have to make him be awake.
Max will make him be awake.
Yeah, he's not going to get the opportunity to sleep in, it seems.
Look, if I have to get into Uriel's clothes, this might be the best way of doing it.
I mean, the door definitely isn't gonna last long.
Nope. So, find a tree in the temple district and sneak over to Uriel.
Okay.
I don't know if we're sneaking.
Okay,
Ma-
rush.
Max is a bit obvious, more so than you two, and so is the bear.
I can just ride on anyone.
All right.
Given their current emotional states, who would you rather ride right now?
Fair enough.
Yeah. But
I
yes.
see.
So you find the nearest tree, of which there are plenty, and you rush through it, utilizing the power of transport via plants, and you emerge into the night, into the very early morning of Hyrule Castle Town. The first thing you hear as you get there is the sound of bells, alarm bells, presumably, as things in the area are a bit tribulation, a bit problematic. It seems quiet in the area that you are currently in at the moment. There doesn't seem to be anybody around, but you do know that you can see that all the doors to the temples are closed and presumably locked.
I'm gonna use my sniffers and see if I can sniff out the harvester. It had advantage last time, so 24.
I would like to help if that's not the case now.
It's
You
a
have a sniffers for advantage. It's on the
Yeah.
thing.
yeah. It's a bit difficult to say. Like
It's just is he nearby?
You definitely think that he is in town. Yeah.
I would like to shoot up 110 feet in the air and take a look around.
Okay. You soar into the sky and have a look around. You can see collections of guards are running through the streets. Some with like a few of them with torches, but all wielding spears and like pointing in directions and shouting. You can see various civilians moving inside and closing their doors. Every so often, you can see the little skirmishes in the streets between the guards and some of these shadow beasts that had attacked you at your camp in the night. It also seems that the alarm bells are coming from Hyrule Castle itself. So your options are: do you go and get Uriel to change you back, or do you go straight to the castle?
Can we... I would like to try and use the sending stone to communicate with Impa.
Unfortunately,
That doesn't work if I can only squeak.
yeah, it doesn't work if you can only squeak, and also because the actual physical item is like a held item, technically use an action in order to activate. It is part of you and can't be reached right now.
Okay. The person you're trying to call is currently unavailable.
The person you're trying to call is currently a ferret.
Question.
Yes.
Do we all have to be there at the same time for Uriel to turn us back?
We weren't told that.
If it is unknown, I will come back down, tell everyone what I saw, but I can fly over walls right now.
So, while it says this, everybody give me a general wisdom check.
General wisdom.
Yeah, 13.
15.
14.
10.
Why is Max the wisest one here? He's so dumb.
Adrenaline.
I'd say that it takes the briefest amount of conversation between you, but you kind of get the general gist of it. At the moment, chances are, if the Harvester is anywhere, he's probably in Hyrule Castle. He can fly and is a fairly powerful spellcaster. However, as far as you can tell, these shadow beastie things might just be a distraction, so he can get there immediately. And he has to contend with Impa, Aaliyah, Sophitia, if she has an opportunity to do so, as well as the most well-trained guards in the kingdom. So you might have a chance there. However, there is still a dangerous entity in Hyrule Castle.
We also don't know how long he's been here.
Yeah, and it's also the royal family in question, even if Sophitia is as powerful as she is, are 16, 14, and 12, respectively. It's going to, they are in a very dangerous situation at the moment. On the flip side, Uriel, in and of himself, could change you back in order to help better facilitate communication. In addition, despite the fact that Uriel is very much about money, he's not the type of person to turn down the opportunity to help people. And he is also a very powerful wizard. So your options
But also,
are...
we don't know how long the spell to turn us back would take.
Precisely. So that's your situation at the moment.
It might be like an hour-long ritual.
It might
As a
be.
point of personal reference, as the marshal, I would rather not give up my flying right now against a flying enemy.
Max doesn't care what happens as long as the harvester dies. Painfully.
Yeah, I get it. I am in favor of that as well. My idea is we do go to Uriel, not specifically to get our forms back, but to get Uriel to the castle.
Okay.
Say, complete aside. Are you ruling that druids can have protection from evil and good? Or no?
And it's
Um,
on the list.
It was in something about it being in Tasha's and it's an optional thing for druids.
oh, if it's in
We've been
Tasha's, then
using
yeah.
we've been using Tasha's stuff.
Yeah.
I was thinking, yeah, protection from all that list. Yeah, the Harvester probably fits one of those. Probably aberration at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we want to go to Uriel first, there are two things that I would like to do. Is either I can get to Uriel's faster, because I could just go as the Falcon flies.
And you communicate
Or-
with them.
That too. Or I could go to the Temple District and try to be like, hey, these shadow guys are weak to radiant damage. Please help. Just
But also you are a bird,
and cast Sacred Flame. That's all you gotta do.
so you might need to get transformed back into not a bird first.
Yeah.
I can talk.
Oh yeah.
Gut feeling is we get to Uriel as fast as we can to get his help. If he is not there, we rush to the castle. If he is there, we ask Uriel to get us there.
Okay.
You go to the temple district and tell them that. The rest of us will head to Uriel's and you can catch up.
Okay. Excellent.
Okay.
That is the
Oh,
plan.
right. Yes, of course, Hikan can talk.
Yeah, I also forgot.
Yep.
But yeah. Okay. Plans made. You split off in order to make it to Uriel's. Hikan, you easily reach the Temple of Etheria very quickly and kind of peer in through like one of the open windows. You see that most of the priests in there are just kind of like hunkered down, keeping an eye on the door, waiting for any kind of safety message to say that they can leave. They don't seem to notice the hawk that has alighted upon the windowsill.
It's literally against the window. Is just kind of like peck, peck, peck. Hey, peck, peck, peck. Hey.
What?
Hi.
Oh my god, a talking bird.
It's like literally
It must be a
squints. It's like,
sign.
what?
Yeah, I know. Long story. I was the guy that came in a few weeks ago, helped people learn how to heal, things like that. But yay, hi. I kind of like just like hold out my wing randomly. Red eyes. Yeah, that was me. These shadow guys that are out here are weak to radiant damage.
Okay. Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay, persuasion.
Because they don't know whether or not a talking
Well.
hawk is a part of the thing to be afraid of. But it's they kind of
Are there birds in Etherean lore?
I should have gone to the Temple of Hylia.
Yeah, Hylia would have been better. But I mean, you were familiar with Etheria because it's
Yeah, that would have been Hikan's first one to go to 100%.
Yeah. So it takes a moment for this person to kind of like acknowledge that, and say, "Very well. I shall discuss it with the high priest. Hopefully, we shall do something."
Let's discuss more sacred flaming.
And he kind of just very shakily gets up and walks over to another person and begins to talk with them and gestures to the window where I don't know if you've, now that they've gone to talk about it, if you've left or if you've stayed.
If he's going to another person and then I see him gesture, I'll wait for a little bit. I'll wave my wing as kind of like a hi. And then if they want to talk, great. If not, I'll go to the next impulse.
Judging from their body language as they discuss things, they both look at you, you wave, and the other person's like, and just kind of goes back to talking to this person, and it looks like they're discussing plans. So you're probably free to go.
I'll do the same thing at the Temple of Hylia, and then it's like, okay, I've wasted enough time, and head over to Uriel's.
Yeah, they're a bit more receptive to you when you turn up because, like, hey, bird, awesome.
This is the Audubon Society.
But yeah, you take flight and rocket towards Uriel's magnificent magical machinations. Catching up with the others as everyone turns a corner into the courtyard to see guards fighting these shadow beasts. And as you do, you kind of turn to look at the wall where the door for Uriel's shop is. It's there, but there's a shadow beast in front of it, just kind of like slamming things onto the door itself.
I'm gonna eat him.
Slash?
I'm gonna eat him.
Okay, in that case, we'll move over to here. And
He's in the way, I'm going to eat him.
I'd like everybody to roll initiative once again.
Okay.
I remember the score.
Oh,
yeah.
that's worse.
I've been playing things on these cheats in Roll20 for ages, and my brain just went, "Where's initiative?"
That's fine. It's okay.
Like I said, I'm gonna eat him, and then rolled shit initiative again because
Oh.
I just can't roll good initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah, you roll better than Mara. Let's see how these
This time.
fellas do. Shadow beasts.
You should be ahead of me in initiative.
Why's that?
Because I have a +2 to initiative and you have a +3.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay. Okay. Descending. There we go. Oh yes, and I'll need something else here. In the meantime, the shadow beasts themselves, the one at the door is just going to keep slamming against it. Hasn't really paid you any mind. The others fighting guards are going to run over and engage these guards here. And these two in question, one of them is going to run right up to Max, which is a poor move, to be honest. And the other one's going to run up right up to Renji. First off, we'll go counterclockwise from the top. So guard the first. Misses. Guard the second. 12 for 23 bludgeoning damage. This thing just runs up, slams a elongated, misshapen limb against the guard, and he topples to the ground. He is out. This other one is going to run over to the other guard and hopefully do the same. 13 does it, and also knocks this guy on his ass. Then we have another guard over here that these things are going to attack. Slams this guard, but he bears his stance and he's able to withstand the blow. And then we have this final guard here who is missed. And then down at the bottom here, the one against Max misses. The one against Renji misses. And that'll be their turns. Zidon.
They don't look like they're interested in finishing off the guards that are down, right?
Yeah, they don't look like they're going to finish them off now.
Okay, so those guys are effectively safe. In which case, I will target these two over here, next to these two guards. I will attempt magic. I will conquer magic. And I will cast a tidal wave upon those two.
Okay. Sweet. I have doubts that they will succeed in their saves. 18 passes, 12 fails. So the top one is the one who passed their save, so they take 12 points of bludgeoning damage, and the one at the bottom takes the full 23, and is additionally knocked prone. This is completely overtaken by this massive wall of magical water. Is knocked on its ass. The other one manages to withstand and hold. But yeah, anything else you want to do on your turn?
No, I'm okay.
Okay. Hikan.
Alright. We need to get into Uriel's.
Mm-hmm.
So... I'm just going to double check one more thing that... Okay, so if need be, I can do that. Cool. I'm going to go here and stay here, and I'm just going to attempt to claw the ever-living shit out of this guy.
Okay.
17
That hits.
for 12, 24 for 8, and 15?
15 is narrowly a miss.
Okay. So 20 damage total on that one.
Okay. Very good. You swoop over, slice at him. Now that you're in like the city lights and everything's much more clear, you can see the details of like the stitching and everything, and you're able to kind of target it and pull at it, causing this thing to begin to fall apart, but still soldier on as best it might. The guard's turn. So this one here is going to... what he's going to do, the damaged guard, is going to square his feet, and he's going to take the dodge action. And then the one that has not been touched thus far is going to thrust forward with his spear on the proned Shadow Beast with advantage. 16 hits for 7 piercing. As he stabs down into the monster, not questioning the good fortune of a sudden appearance of a gratuitous amount of water.
Just rain. That's what they call flash storms, right?
Just a flash storm on a clear night. It's okay. Max.
Well, there's still a guy in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can do this. Do the thing. Okay. 30 for 25.
Yeah. You, much like before, you kind of like duck low, spring forward, clamp onto the neck and squeeze, and let loose the electricity going through the
And then I do it again. For 27.
I see.
I spent my sorcery points.
Okay.
I got my damage.
There we go. You bite into it, and crush it. It collapses over, unable to move, and it then, as before, begins to let loose its shade. Let's see. I need to find it again. There we go. There it is. Okay. Sweet.
And because I know these guys can easily deal with that thing. 1, 2, 3. Gonna run around. Can I get through here? Where these tents are?
Yeah.
Barrel through these tents
Okay.
and get here to
Okay.
menace these two.
All right. Renji.
Gonna attack this one first,
Okay.
and that is a 20 to hit.
That hits.
So I am not going to do sneak attack damage here.
I don't think you can.
I can if I am the only one
Okay. I forgot which rogue you were.
in 5 feet.
Yeah.
I forgot which rogue you were.
That's okay.
Yeah.
No worries. That's this. You don't need advantage on the attack roll if another any of the targets is with. Yep.
Yeah.
So, that is 19 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to kick off of this guy and move over here
Okay.
for double advantage for 24.
That
And I'm
hits.
going to use sneak attack on this one.
Okay.
That is a total of 29 points of damage.
Nice. You you springboard off the first attack, land gracefully, slice downwards, cutting through much of the mass on this creature, and it still stands, but it is grievously wounded. Mara is going to essentially leave off where, follow up where you left off, and is going to run over and hit this thing with a mace. Unfortunately, a 14 is not a hit. She narrowly misses it, and it falls back to their turn. So, the ones up top are going to, instead of focusing on you, they're going to run over to a door and begin bashing onto it, trying their best to deal as much damage and break into buildings as possible. The one that hasn't been proned and is going up against this guard rolls with disadvantage to try and hit him. Unfortunately, that is enough to hit their AC, and the man who survived the first hit is unfortunately not going to survive the second.
No.
Oh no.
He tries his best, but is sent sprawling to the floor, and moves over to then attack this second one. The other creature stands up from prone and tries
Oh
to.
god, for these that don't even have 12 AC.
It's just the base stats for guards in
Base stat
5e.
for guards is 16 AC.
Is it?
Yeah, in the monster manual, 16 AC. 11 health.
Oh, give me a sec.
I think you might have got health and AC the wrong way around.
Yeah, might have been. Yep, you are right. They have 16 AC and a shield. Okay, never mind.
Yay!
So
Does
we'll
he get
just-
to live?
we'll hit the rewind time.
Wait, no, that didn't happen. Let me try
Let's
again.
do the time warp again.
I have a lot of character sheets open just to let
I
you know.
understand.
Navigating through
You have
everything.
12, right?
Yeah. So the Shadow Beast in question, the other one is going to try and hit the other guy, getting an 8 and missing entirely.
Huzzah!
The one
I
fighting
realise
Mara.
I realise that's a bit of a far time watch go, but it also means neither of these guards got hit.
Yeah, that's true, but it's fine.
As long as it's
okay.
within the turn, it's fine.
Yeah. And then this one's going to attack Mara. 14 is not enough to beat Mara's AC, so she narrowly avoids being hit as well. Sidon.
Well, I see Max going over to deal with that. Split up annoyingly. Well, I'm going to try and get the attention of these two with another wall of water.
Okay. So let's do some deck saves for these fellas. 16 and 3. So no. They both fall prone, and they take the full 23 damage. This one particular is halfway up the stairs, just gets slammed with water. Landing in a painful heap at the bottom of those stairs. And yeah.
I'll move here to provide flanking.
Nice. Hikan.
Right. We have 1 claw. 29 for 8.
That hits.
Nice.
2 claws. 19 or 29 for 8.
That finishes the suit off, and it is then releasing its shade as it slinks out of the suit.
Part of me's like, well, the space to the door's open. I could just try that.
As you look at the door in particular, you see that the door itself is in terrible disrepair. It appears that not only is the door handle not there anymore, but also there's these shadowy, pixely nails that have gone into the been slammed into the door. 3 in total. That even at a glance.
That's fine. That one stopped me from opening it.
Even at a glance, you feel that, given that Uriel's abode is very much an interdimensional space, might mess with you getting through the door in its familiar function.
Okay.
Then to remove them.
Then what would it take to remove one? Because
that would be a sleight of hand check, please.
Sleight of hand, like action-wise, what would that take?
Oh, that would be a bonus action. Action or bonus action.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, I will start pulling out one of these nails, shouting for Uriel, just in case he can hear. Oh no, you said sleight of hand. That is, if we're using that one, that would be an 11.
Okay.
Because I'm not proficient in it. Or a 10, sorry.
Yeah, a bit frazzled from the experience, as well as the whole kind of awkwardness of the door and having to kind of continuously flap your wings to keep going for it.
Don't you have Dex?
Yeah, it's already based on Dex.
So it should be a 15.
I'm not proficient in it.
Yeah, so
That
the total
doesn't
was 11
matter.
as opposed to
Oh, you rolled a 5. My brain.
That's all right.
No, you're good.
It's all good. But yeah, it takes a moment to try, and it's a bit awkward. You're unable to remove a nail as you have to kind of focus and try and grasp your talons or even your beak around around these nails. Yeah.
And then I'll give flanking to my buddy Renji here.
Okay.
And that'll be turn.
Alright. Guards! They're gonna keep focusing on the guys they're fighting. There we are. If only they had advantage. So it's a 20 for 4 for the top guy. And then the bottom guy is going to utilize their spear and only do 2 piercing damage to this thing. They are outclassed. Max.
Don't worry, I'm not. Yay! I pressed the wrong thing. I don't like prestidigitation has a spell attack on it. That's weird. 17 for 18.
Yep, that hits and deals damage.
Yes. I'm gonna try and save some sorcery points, so wait.
Okay. That's fine.
But maybe I got its attention.
Yeah.
Can I intimidate it to make sure?
Sure.
22.
It is very much focused on you now.
Just roar in its face.
Yeah. Renji.
All right. Gonna use that window of opportunity that Hikan is giving me to attack this guy.
Mm-hmm.
That is a natural 20.
Okay.
So, not going to use sneak attack on this one.
Mm-hmm.
It would be, let's see.
Just click that.
26 plus 13. No. 26 plus 3 is 29.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to move over here to do the same joke, but with sneak attack damage. Oh, actually, sorry. Forget. Do I need to reroll?
Nah, it should be fine.
Okay, in that case, it is a 31 to hit. It's not a.
I mean, you would just take the first one anyway, so.
We would take
Yeah.
the first one anyway. It is not a critical hit because I do not have Hexblade's Curse on this guy.
That's fine.
So normal damage would be 8 plus plus 13 is 21 points of
Down.
damage. Gotcha. And then with the remainder of my movement, I would get here and then dash over over here.
Okay. Nice.
God's having a weird fucking day. First he gets attacked by shadow monsters, and now there's a drake and a ferret with a lightsaber helping him.
On Mara's go, she's going to try and attack this shadow beast with advantage, thanks to Zayden. 22 for 18. Nice. Now assisted, she manages to land a solid blow against the back of this creature. It stumbles forward slightly. On their turn, those two beasts are going to stand up. This one's going to continue trying to get along to the door. It's weird what their priorities are. The beast in question that you intimidated turns around to you, Max, and is going to try and slap you. When Roll20 decides it wants to do a thing.
Yep.
It just be like that sometimes.
It does.
There it goes.
An 11 doesn't hit you, I assume.
Probably not.
The other one's going to try and fight the guard. 22 hits for 18 damage. That guy, unfortunately, is taken down. Well, there's the... I'll use that one for the one that's going to try and attack Mara, which does hit, unfortunately.
No.
Dealing 21 points of damage. Yeah, that will be their turns. Sidon.
Not seeing it. Mara's gotten fairly low. Come around here. Use, let's say, second level cure wounds.
You place a gentle bear paw. Nope, that's the wrong way. Sorry. Plus 28. There we go.
Oh wait, no I don't, apparently.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Does that use the spell slot up or no?
It does.
no.
Yeah. You place a gentle bear paw on her shoulder, but unfortunately the other somatic components that typically require fingers make it so that the spell has a difficult time emerging, and it unfortunately is unable to do what you want it to. But she kind of nods to you in appreciation. She knows you tried.
You essentially just went there.
Yeah. Okay. Hikan.
We'll try this again.
Hey.
Sleight of hand. 16.
You get a nail out.
Sleight of hand. 12.
Excellent. You get another nail out. There's
Okay.
one more nail that's in this door, but you can see that with these two removed, the door starts to begin to kind of mend itself. And start
Cool.
kind of rattling a bit.
I'm gonna tell Mara to do-si-do with me and try to get that last nail out.
Okay.
Because Mara's got hands.
Yeah. Okay.
And that'll be turn.
Alright. Last guard.
We got you, buddy.
21 to hit for
Heck yeah.
4.
Yay!
He's doing his best. He's going to get a promotion, this guy.
I hope so.
Is he? So, as a slight aside, previously when I've run campaigns, when I have just like a standard minion or a jobber who's lasted longer than he should do, I typically call him Morph Shirt, because he's like a red shirt, but somehow more durable.
Yeah. I'm familiar with the term.
Yeah, so we'll just refer to this one remaining guy as Morph Shirt for a bit
Or
and see if his
Morph.
luck holds true. Yeah, Morph. Alright, but that'll be their turn. Max.
Can I do a spell? Yes. Time to eat this fucking thing. 22 for 21.
That hits, and as you kind of bite down into it more, you completely disrupt its structural integrity, and it collapses, forcing the shade within to emerge.
Hello.
Alright.
Bonus actions if we can have. I have a bonus action thing that I can cast and have it ready. I'm gonna load up Dragon's Breath ready for the
Okay.
next time.
Alright. Renji, it is your go.
I'm just going to take a step to the right or to the left. And here goes Aspiration. No sneak attack damage. For 24 to hit.
That hits.
So that is 19 points of damage.
Yep. Slice through it and it evaporates like the others.
I will rush. I think I will step over Max and then do another attack here.
Mm-hmm.
It's 23 with
That
sneak
hits.
attack.
Yep.
That is currently 30 points of damage.
You slice clean through this one and force its own shade to emerge.
And then I'm going to... Wait. Is the shade considered the same creature that I just attacked?
If it's wearing a
For
suit, if it's
purposes
just
of
wearing the other,
avoiding an attack of opportunity as I rush away.
if it is was wearing the thing as a suit, yes.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay. Then I will step over here and dash 10, 20, 30. There.
Okay. Sweet. You scamper away.
Yum.
Within clear sight of the door. Mara's go. Mara understands the suggestion. She will take the disengage action and she will use her movement to get over here using her bonus action. I'm just going to I'm going to move this guy up here briefly. Using a bonus action to attempt a sleight of hand to remove the nails from the door.
He has fingers.
He does.
Okay.
But that doesn't. Well, it doesn't give a disadvantage on the attempt. She does have advantage, or just have advantage on the attempt. She gets a 10.
She does have fingers. They're a bit shaky right now.
Yeah. Although, you know what I'll say? I will say she has advantage as she goes over to the door, sees a nail, attempts to try, goes to move it with a hand, thinks against it, takes something out of her toolkit as an alchemist artificer, and just pulls the thing free from the door.
She's got fucking pliers.
Yeah. As she does, the door swings open, and someone from the inside says something, and under their instruction, she ducks. As emerging, I'm going to move this guy over here again. Emerging from the doorway is Uriel.
Yay.
Yay!
And on his turn, how far away is he from these people? Perfect. Although there, and then... Okay. Alright, so what he's going to do is he's going to use his movement to get over to here. He's going to maneuver his hands briefly and push a hand out. From his fingers erupts a golden bolt of light, which rockets towards, I'm going to say this guy over here.
Is he going to reimburse himself for that?
It's technically free for him. As he casts Uriel's Golden Arrow at 8th level. So it hits this one. There's an eruption of gold as it bounces and goes straight for the next one along the path, which technically goes down to another dice level. Ah, dang.
I see you haven't statted out this this with the material components.
Yeah. Precisely. So he deals 27 points of radiant damage to the first one. Unfortunately,
I give him 20 gold to reroll. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Unfortunately,
You don't have access to your gold right now. You're a bird.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the bolt does not manage to land on the second one. It has to maneuver around the stairs. But it's like, dang it.
For those who aren't in on the joke at the moment, either because it's been a very long time or you're tuning in for the first time, Uriel's Golden Arrow usually has a material component of gold, which the spell consumes, and the gold is then deposited into Uriel's own bank account.
Specifically gold pieces, not like
pieces.
pieces of gold.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
The man's a capitalist.
Yeah. So on their turn, the sudden shock of damage from this guy. Well, he's actually, those three at the top are still just going to continue with their nonsense. The shade at the bottom is going to try and grasp at Max. What did I put for the shades? There they are.
Someone in chat just said Venmo arrow.
Venmo arrow.
Thank you, Red Ghost.
Does a 19 hit Max's AC?
It does.
Okay, so you take 11 necrotic damage, and your strength score goes down by 1, at least until the end of this combat.
Cool.
Okay.
I took damage, so
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Okay. The other one, the Shadow Beast, is going to try and slap. Zayden, because Hikan hasn't hit it yet. Does a 19 hit Hikan? Oh, Zayden's AC. Sorry.
My AC is 19.
Okay, so you take 10 bludgeoning damage as the creature just swings its uncoordinated limbs at you, and then is your go.
What these two that have both been slammed with water twice, they're looking pretty well damaged.
The one on the balcony is damaged, but not terribly damaged. The one at the floor that Uriel hit with the arrow, that's looking on its last legs.
They're looking
Okay.
very well hydrated.
Cast frostbite at it.
Okay.
Would they have disadvantage because they're wet?
If they could feel the cold, then
I would. I apologize for the phrasing.
that's fine. So they get a 22. It's a cantrip, so I don't think damage gets through, sadly.
Nope. Oh well.
Yeah. No, it was a good attempt. Yeah. Anything that you have as a bonus action that you want to do as a bonus action?
I don't think I have anything as bonus action.
Okay. Hikan.
Hey, Uriel. It's the Storm's Eye. Need to get to the castle as soon as possible, please. There's a bad guy in there. So 25 for 10 on the guy in front of me, 25 again for 9, and then 14 for 10.
Yeah, unfortunately the 14 does not hit, but you do deal significant damage. This one is looking like it's going to fall apart anytime soon. Movement. Do you want to stay where you are?
Yeah. I'm just assuming that the guards that died earlier just got hit really hard and knocked out since they shouldn't have died beforehand. And
Yeah.
I can't reach the other one safely. So.
Okay. So this guard is going to do his duty. He's going to run over. Actually, no. The closest problem right now is that shadow. So he's going to try and stab at that shadow.
Come on, man, get flanking with the dragon.
Hasn't he not learned tactics?
He hits it.
Okay.
It's actually a good thing for him that he didn't. He
Yeah.
probably doesn't have enough HP to survive Dragon Breath.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he doesn't deal as much damage because his weapons unfortunately are not magical. So yeah. But he tries. Max.
Speaking of magical, some of the excess lightning that's been building up in Max's mouth just starts crackling down his spinal ridges, and I do my damage at some point.
He'll get there. Roll20's having a moment tonight, I think.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Dex to 20, C20, Dex save for 23 lightning.
Okay. Who's it against?
Well, there's one enemy here.
Oh, I see. For some reason, it was like,
One
are you
shade.
aiming it at the ones at the top? Or... Nah, it's fine.
I can't
okay.
reach that far
Ah.
from here.
So
It's a 15-foot cone.
I have doubts they will pass us. Yeah, so it's gone. It's just evaporated.
Just disappears in the lightning. Then I will run up here and
Okay.
menace these two.
Yeah. Sweet. Okay.
I'm trying to move here in case, because then I can get to all of them in a single move.
Yeah. Alright. Renji.
Move over to my friends. I will slash this guy. And that is with advantage. A 30. No
Okay.
sneak attack on this one. Yeah, roll 20 is having a day. So, no sneak attack damage is 21.
It takes it down and forces it to eject the shade.
Then I'm moving over to this guy, and I'm going to slash with the sneak attack if it hits. That's a 15.
Okay. A 15 does not hit.
Oh! Wow. Bad luck.
Hmm.
I should have stayed there. Oh well. Yeah, and I use my bonus action to dash.
Okay.
So that's it.
All right. On Mara's turn, she's going to use the dash action to get over to here. Let's see. Yeah, get over there. I'll move things there. Where on her next turn, she will try and get that guard back on his feet, or at least heal and triage. Uriel. Interesting. Uriel is going to he's going to cast Scorching Ray at he's going to cast it at a 5th level or 25 against this fella here for 7 damage. And then he's going to do a couple more. So he has... How many races
Is
does
he
have?
doing finger guns with every shot?
Yes.
Good.
So
So
that's 1.
3, 4, 5. So that's going to be 6 rays total, I think.
Ooh.
So that's... So... 21, that same one, so that eliminates that guy. I'll get
Bring
the
out
shade
your
there in a sec.
shade.
Then the one on the balcony. 7. Then miss on the next one. And then he's going to do the next 2 against the one you're fighting, Renji. So that's a miss on that one. And 23 for 10 as this ray slams into the back of him. Yeah. And that will be his turn, the Shadow Beasts. That Shadow Beast that you're next to is going to try and retaliate against you.
I figured. What?
24 for 16.
Well, that hits.
And then the other Shadow Beast, like that's physically there, is going to keep bashing against the door. The Shade is going to try and attack Uriel. Where's my shadow thing? There we go. 19 to hit, and with mage armor, it's still more. So Uriel takes some damage.
Oh
no.
What kind of wizard is he? He doesn't know shield.
It's one of those things like
Didn't prepare it today.
yeah, he probably wasn't like expecting this in the middle of his work day. But yeah, and he loses 4 points from his strength.
Good thing that's not a dumb stat for wizards.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
Zidon.
I will move to this end here, and I will make that their clawing attack I have. Da-da-da. What do I have here? Oh. You can actually make this, so... I'll just use this one.
Okay.
None of these.
It's
Right?
1d10 plus your strength or dex, depending on which is better. That's for the damage, and yeah, it'll be
18 to hit.
that hits.
For 13 damage.
Okay. Shade is still there, but you've removed a chunk of its being, and howls in pain. Okay. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
No, that's all.
Okay. Hikan.
Okay. 5 feet.
Yep.
Keeping very close track of things here. We'll do a quick claw. 25 for 9.
Takes it down.
Cool. That's 1 attack. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. That would put me... So that would give me... Okay, cool. So I'm going to fly up here.
Okay.
My other claw attack. 14. That's fine. If it would like, it can take an attack of opportunity.
It will try.
As I fly over the guards, misses.
Mhm.
I spend 1 key point to use Flurry of Blows. I'm gonna kill these guards. No,
Hikan turns heal.
use
Kinda.
Flurry of Healing and Harm,
Uh-huh.
replacing both of my things with Hands of Healing to bring. So generally, as Hikan flies by, claws the first shade, goes forward to the other creature behind Renji and misses. Takes a sharp turn, dragging his feathers over the first guard and second guard, as they are healed for 11 and 9.
Okay, so the first guy you bring back up to full from 0. The other guy you bring up to almost full from 0. They're still prone, but they're otherwise okay.
Hey guys, no napping on the job, says the hawk.
Yeah.
That'll be turn.
Okay. Those guards. One's going to stand up and use all of his movement to get over here in order to spear this guy. Misses. The other guy's going to get on his feet and stumble as far as he can in this direction to try and get to this guy, but that'll be their turn. And the other guy, I think in this corner down here, we're going to ignore that for the moment as Mara and the guard try and get the other guard back on his feet and deal with other things. Max.
Don't worry, God, I don't need you.
Wow.
I'm kidding. So that guy is able to actually get in melee range, I'm gonna climb up halfway up the stairs and then jump up here
Okay.
to get around here. And I still have Dragon Breath on. Big lightning cone for 21 damage.
Okay.
Dex save.
Fails.
21 damage.
I'm going to say in the interest of time, that is enough to destroy its physical being, and it creates the shade here on the stair. Okay. Yeah.
Done.
Nice. Renji.
I think that's going to be another stab. 22.
That hits.
For 12 points of damage, and then I'm going to do the second one with a sneak attack.
That hits.
That is currently 22 points. No, sorry, not 22. That is 30. Yes, 30.
Okay. Yeah. And again, in the interest of time, that is more than enough to destroy the physical form and cause the shade to manifest. Awesome. Mara's dealing with the guard. Uriel
will actually move over here
Yeah.
for the guard.
Okay. Uriel is going to put himself here, and he's going to cast another 5th level Scorching Ray. So we'll have the one that Max you are facing. So 29 for 3, 17 for 11, so 14, followed by 6. So that is enough to take that shade down, and then the other shade. 16 for 10 hits and deals damage. 22 for 7, and that is enough to take care of this last shade. And as the embers rise into the air and quiet falls over the corridor, Uriel kind of looks over each of you and says, "Which one of you's Renji?"
That's that one. Hikan points to claw a wing toward Renji.
And as I do so, I will move over to Uriel, and I will present him with the orb, trying to
I
again
assume we're out of initiative.
balance
Yes,
it on my little leggies.
yeah.
It's gonna
Yeah.
stare down at this guard still crackling with lightning because the spell's still on.
Yeah. As you present him with the orb, he quickly reaches down and kind of takes it up and says, "I need all y'all over here right now." And
As
yeah.
everyone's getting together, I'm going to shout to the guards, if you can, get the priest to help. These things don't like light energy damaged things. And then I'll put my attention to Uriel.
Yeah. As you all gather, he begins to kind of move his hands over the orb and says, well, a friend of yours, if you call him a friend, came decided to send me a message real quick saying you're in need of something. I'm just gonna try and maneuver this as best I can. Just hold tight.
Angry squeaking.
Yeah.
Max just growls faster, but he can't understand me.
Yeah. As he does so, he pours arcane energy into this sphere. He says, "These damn instruction spirit, goddamn work, fucking dream wizards," and just just pours as much power as he can into it. It lights up with this crisp golden, almost fire-like energy that fills this crystal, and he holds it out and says, "Okay, hold tight. This might sting." And as it begins to glow brighter and brighter and brighter, you feel this force kind of start to try and push you away, but you hold your ground as the shadowy twilight energy begins to be ripped from you and put into this crystal. In a matter of, let's say, a minute or so, through a unfortunately not terribly comfortable transformation, you find yourselves back into your proper humanoid forms, not as disorientated as before, but still two-legged with opposable thumbs everywhere, everything back to where it was expected. And Uriel just kind of, right.
I spit out aspiration.
Max has just got his actual fingers dug into the floor where his claws were.
Oh no.
I'm gonna miss the wings.
kind of wrenches them out.
As he looks at, he kind of looks over to us. Right, we've got no time to waste, and that is where we will end the session for today because we have gone over time. So
I got more time. No, I'm kidding.
Thank you, everybody, so much for
being
listening.
turned back isn't going to stop Max from eating the harvester, by the way.
That's fair.
Yeah. So yeah,
Leave
thank you very
some
much
for me.
Yeah, thank you everybody so much for listening / watching. I've been Articulate T, and as always, I have Renji Vox being played by another lad.
Now to kick some harvester butt.
I have Hikan Sio being played by Avrdal.
Now I'm less mobile as a monk. Not something I thought I'd say.
I have had Zayden Shari being played by Rubberpart.
It's okay. I have polymorph. I can turn you back into a hawk.
And I have Max being played by Keistrith.
I was going to come up with a funny comment, but bye.
That works.
We'll see you all next time. Take care now. Bye bye then.
Bye.
Take care.